Hello to my Pisces. All right, Pisces, the moon is in Cancer. All right, so Pisces, this video is for the 2nd of August through the 9th of August, right? So this cycle closes out on the 3rd and we begin a whole new cycle on the 4th, and Mercury goes retrograde on the 5th of August. So it's a lot going on. So one of your ruling planets, Neptune, is retrograde, Pluto is retrograde, Chiron is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, and like I said, Mercury goes retrograde the 5th of August. So it's a lot. So protect your energy. Talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. Let's get ready to finish strong. Let's close out this cycle. Let's finish strong. Let's go. All right, let's get into it, Pisces. Talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. All right. All right. All right. First card out of the deck is the Page of Cups. We also have the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Chariot card. We have the Hermit card, and also the Six of Swords. Page of Cups here. Page of Cups here. So you got some good news coming across your path, but you also have something from your past trying to resurface, something that you don't want to go back to, right? So for you, it's a big no-no. It's like, okay, I don't want to go back to something from my past. So here we have the Ace of Cups. So source is saying protect your pearls of wisdom. Here we have the Four of Wands here. It would be like somebody from your past, that still has some kind of emotions for you. But it's not, and it could be fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Here we have the Chariot card here. Hold on for a second. Or they could have that somewhere in their birth chart. Here we also have the Hermit card here. So somebody could be in hermit crab mode. Here we have the Six of Swords here. Just kind of sort of traveling light, moving on from past disappointments, going through a rite of passage. You could be just doing your thing, living your life, trying to protect your energy. Just kind of like I said, like creating a new, because we got water here, Ace of Cups, like creating a new something for yourself. And energies from your past, like I said, that is not your responsibility to hold on to whatever they're obsessed with. So source is giving you like a fork in the road. It's like, which way should you go? Should you attach yourselves to their fear, doubt, their rage, their anger, their frustration, their confusion? Should you allow it to affect your life? Like in terms of like if you got new love coming, because somebody could have new and exuberant love coming across your path. Does somebody feel like they're worthy or good enough for marriage? Let's say you've been married before or thought about getting married. Maybe you have kids by somebody, and somebody from your past is trying to hold your past over your head, or whatever the case may be. So it's just saying you can release all of that in love. You're traveling light. You're going through a transition. Everybody has a past, whatever the case may be, Source is saying people who like to hold on to people's past, let them carry that baggage. Let them carry that bag of bricks, whatever. They like to use stuff against people. While they're doing that, remember Pluto is retrograde. Somebody is holding their past against them. That's why you don't have anything to worry about. If I could tell that collectively to everybody, Pluto being retrograde and people are obsessed with you not going through your powerful transformation and your metamorphosis, people are doing the same thing to them. And it comes out in so many different ways. And you don't know how it's going to come out. So it's best to extend people grace and let people move on with their lives. So that's what I'm saying here. You got some good news coming across your path. And you just don't know how it's going to come out, who it's going to come through, that kind of stuff. People trying to pull you into stuff. And you just like, wow. It could be just disappointing. It can be just disappointing. And so it's just coming from someone who is just emotionally immature. They're emotionally immature. They get riled up. They get excited about the wrong stuff, Pisces. And they get excited about creating chaos and confusion in other people's lives. And so they don't care who they drag into stuff. And but like I said, the good news for you is that you're creating something new for yourself in your life. So Source is saying take the high road, and that's what you'll be rewarded for. Just taking the high road. You have you're getting instructions from the master teacher who is Source. So Source is the one that's reminding you that it's okay to leave the past behind. Leave those it's very, people wearing masks, they masking their pain. This is your card, I believe, sign. The moon is in Cancer. Cancer is all about the moon being in Cancer. We're not talking about any Cancers that the moon being in Cancer, since Cancer is ruled by the moon, it's all about how you mother, how you nurture yourselves, how you feel safe in spaces, right? And so apparently there are some energies that you didn't feel safe around, whether it's your own mom, whether it's, love interest from the past, whether it was a person you were married to, and you just didn't feel safe around them. And so they just get excited about putting people in survival mode status, being negative and holding on to people's past. They just they're emotionally immature. So as it's coming back up in your spirit, somebody could be thinking about dating again, and people trying to hold your past against you, Pisces, whatever the case may be. Source is saying you are good enough, you're worthy. You know what it is. Here we have the Three of Swords. So you can move on from the disappointment. You finally woke up from a nightmare. Somebody finally woke up from some nightmares in the past. It can even be your own family trying to hold stuff against you. And so either way, if you cut some people off, you made the best decision. If it comes back up, then you'll know you made the best decision. Here we have the 7 and 8 of Swords here. So it just needs somebody to learn how to move a little bit more strategically and start doing the mirror work. Because somebody's dealing with hurt people who just like to hurt other people. They're hurting themselves. They feel like nobody helped them when they was down. So therefore they like to hurt other people and like to get people all wrangled up and stuff. And at the time, you may not have known about mirror work, right? You may not have known your worth and your value at the time. But today you do, know your worth and your value, Pisces. So do the mirror work, and mirror work is somebody could have been dealing with loved ones who may have told you you're worthless or made you feel some kind of way. So that's what you saw when you looked in the mirror. You didn't feel worth something to some degree, and maybe that's what you felt like you were. So maybe that's how you treated yourself back in the day. Who knows, right? But Source is saying to you, energies that are trying to use your past against you, like I said before, trust and believe people will be using their past against them. That's all you need to know. Like I said, as you're continuing to move on, you move through the rite of passage, as long as there's some movement, there's taking some kind of action. You're not stuck in the middle of an ocean. Like the water waves and the winds just got your boat flying here and there. There's some movement. You have a lot of ancestors around you helping you to get away from energies who really don't know their worth and their value. And they like to, when they look in the mirror, they feel restricted. So, okay, who can I restrict? Whose life can I mess up? So it can be anything. It could be anybody that's connected to somebody you used to date. So it's just like I said before, trying to wrangle you into some mess that don't have nothing to do, with nothing, right? So again, I do see you moving forward. Here's the Emperor card here. So yeah. So like I said, somebody's just trying to get some mess started. Wait a minute. And so you're going to have to be on the light side of the Emperor card, which is the light side of the Emperor card is a person who is authoritative and someone who is structured, right? So that's a person who, when energies are trying to start up stuff, they're trying to, like you're a water sign. So energies that are trying to overwhelm, trying to get your water boiling hot, trying to get you mad, trying to get you all riled up and, all this, trying to get you all upset. Source is saying you're going to have to be the person that says, hey, listen, everybody has a past. They don't have anything to do with me. If you want to hold on to that past, then you go ahead and hold on to a past, right? So, because that's what gets certain energies all, fired up over something. So here we have 9 of Pentacles. This was the real reason why they fired up, is because you're financially independent without them. Let's just call it for what it is, Pisces. They mad that you did better without them. That's what it really boils down to. So some people are just obsessed with trying to hold people's past against them. That's what it is. Now, if you were somewhere broke, busted, and disgusted, Pisces, then all of a sudden that would be a non-issue. But because you're financially independent, you don't need anything from certain energies. They're trying to drag you back into some, trying to make you feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy. That would be a lie straight from the pit of whatever. They don't feel worthy and they don't feel good enough. So let me give somebody an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, for instance, you dated somebody and you really love them for them. Like, you love them for them. You can make a, you can prove it. Like, you can say, well, listen, I didn't need anything from you. I didn't need anything from you. You had a great paying job. You're a nice looking person. You could have, attracted anybody you wanted, whatever the case may be. You could show proof of that. You had a great paying job. You worked for it. You worked wherever you worked. You were gainfully employed. If you were gainfully employed at the time, whatever. So what would be really they have to say about, whatever. That's how they're trying to project something onto you. Somebody's trying to project something onto you. So just because some people don't know their worth and their value, and they thought maybe they could have looked at you as like, okay, you were above. Something about your spirit, Pisces, could be like, okay, you were out of their league. Something about your spirit was out of their league. They like to try to make people feel like, okay, they beneath them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That would be laughable, especially if whenever time frame you knew them, you worked for some kind of an organization or you were part of something that, like, are they serious for real? Like, so like I said, some people are just motivated by the wrong things. Some people are motivated by the absolute wrong things. And why are you still heavily on some people's minds? Like, for real, why are you still heavily on some people's minds? So here we have the Four of Cups here. Yeah, so I feel like you've given some people the cold shoulder and they're lamenting over it. They're making everything about them at this point, right? You got good news coming across your path. You're creating the life that you want. You're financially independent. You've done the mirror work. You see somebody different in the mirror now, and people, you'd be surprised. Somebody has new and exuberant love coming across their lives. You're building, something is happening. Here we have the Ace of Cups here coming out twice, right? So you got pearls of wisdom. There's so much stuff, so many good things happening in your life. For somebody to try to pull you back into some stuff while you got so much good news coming across your life, I'm telling you, it's because you must have given some people the cold shoulder. You must have said, I don't want to have nothing to do with them. You must have said, I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I wish they'd gone on with their life. It could have been your ex-friend. It could have been ex-love interest, whomever. You said, nah, I gone on with my life. I wish you were gone with yours. And they just stuck. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. You didn't even give it any time. You didn't even think about it that long. They just put it right out of your head. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. Because things don't flow. Y'all are like, you look for teamwork. You look for teamwork, for things to just flow for you, like flow effortlessly, peacefully, that kind of stuff. They're looking for the team up and come up again. They're looking for opposition. They looking for a partner in crime. They looking for opposition. They love all that stuff. That keeps them just going. For you looking for things to flow peacefully like water. Y'all not the same. Y'all are not the same. So when Source say take the high road, they master manipulators. And so because you're so cool, calm, and collected, because what they're saying or whatever they're doing doesn't shake you at all, Pisces. Like I said, they got to try to manipulate as many people as possible. But the truth of the matter is that, hey, at some point you did love them. That's what it is I'm saying here. That's why them hands, they see right here. At some point you did love them. You really, really did love them. But today they have no more. You wouldn't go back to them if you saw a pig fly through the sky. You see that pig with wings? You wouldn't go back to them if you saw a pig fly through the sky today. They like being in too much stuff. They like to create too much drama around. They get excited about the wrong thing, just immature. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, and you just stacking your money. See these barrels of wealth back here? You only come out whenever it's necessary. Like, you're not always out there. You're not always doing stuff. You, like I said, you're only interested in relationships that flow peacefully. And so when people see you, they see peace coming through the door. They see, okay, this is a person. They about business. They friendly. They nice. They trying to, they see peace coming through the door. They don't see chaos and confusion. Like, oh God, here they come. That's what people see. People see when you come through the door. They see a king or queen coming through the door, right? So they see, when we talk about the moon being in Cancer and being somebody, Cancer is the mother and money sign of the zodiac. And we're not talking about because Cancers attract more money than any other zodiac sign. Cancer symbol are the crab. This is Cancer's card right here, right? Crabs really only come out of their shell when they feel like it's safe to come out of their shell. They like, okay, they going with the flow. If they feel safe, they come out the shell. They look around a little bit. If they feel unsafe, they go back in their shell, right? These energies, like some of these energies, they like the thrill of just always in fight mode, always in just, they don't want things to go with the flow. They just like all the opposite of stuff. So like I said, here you are, you like teamwork. And because you're financially independent, Pisces, you don't really need their energy and you don't come out the house that much. It's just setting some people ablaze. They can't believe it. They like, okay, what kind of work do they do? What are they doing? Who are they connected with? You only come out of your shell every once in a while. It's just some people can't wrap their brains around it. So here we have the 9 of Wands. And you want nothing to do with going back through, like it was a real test of somebody's faith, and you're on the other side of a long and arduous journey. You want not, when you see that number 9, something has ended. You want nothing to do with just those types of people, period. If that's what excites people, creating chaos and confusion in other people's lives, mainly yours and other people, you don't want to have nothing to do with them. There's no fun around it whatsoever, because you can see what's behind. You can see what's really going on behind all of this. It can seem like it's all fun and games and everybody's having a good time. Like this right here, you can see all this tambourines going and all this seem like it's just having so much fun. But you know it's not a whole lot of growth going on here. You know it's a lot of lost people. You know it's a lot of, see that you said the person got music going on. They aren't having a great time. It seemed like that, right? But Source is saying to you, it's a lot of, it's not the teamwork that you're interested in. It's a lot of opposition going on. You don't want to have any parts of that. It doesn't feel safe for you. And that's what the moon in Cancer is reminding somebody. It's like, okay, some spaces just don't feel safe for you because you're almost pulled in like that. Your symbol of 2 fish tied together, and you're known for your compassion, but some spaces just don't feel safe for you. So as you're closing out this cycle and you're breaking that that mindset of feeling like just because it looks like it's fun, I'm gonna stop just going with the flow because it looks like it's fun, right? Somebody saying, yeah, looks can be very deceiving because it just looks like it's a lot of fun. You ain't just want to just be a part of something because it just seems like it's fun. Eyes bright-eyed, tail bushy tail. So it's saying you're moving through. You've come out of some nightmares from some hurt people who will hurt other people. You don't want to be nowhere near connected to that. People who don't know their worth and know their value. And so, like I said, they like trying to restrict people, trying to, restrict people from trying to create their lives and all this. So here we have the 7 of Cups. So somebody has definitely had a Kundalini experience. I see that snake right there. You've definitely had an awakening in how you deal with, master manipulators. So while people are pulling on your energy and you already know for certain there's no way you would go back in that direction again, Source is saying you are actually being rewarded for taking the high road and continuing to move forward. So it's nothing you're being really pulled into. It's like your spirit is just your memory, but and there are energies that's calling you a snake. Basically because you don't want to be connected to that. You don't want to be connected to it at all. So that's why you got that person right here, 9 of Wands. That's basically like, if you come back this direction, basically like they almost like they're threatening you. Like almost like if you come back in this direction, at all, then, whatever. So here we have the like almost like you come back in here, it's going to be a fight, a sword fight. We're going to cuss you out. It's going to be something going to happen, Here we have the 2 of Swords here, right? Some kind of argument is going to ensue or something like that that's going to get people all riled up. Like I said, because you're dealing with master manipulators. But that's why Source is saying take the blindfolds off. Just take the blindfolds off. You're dealing with hurt people who like to hurt other people. And, it's time for you to, like I said, it's time for you to move on past this. I gotta create space for things that seem like they're fun, but it's really something else behind it. It's something else going on behind all of that, right? So somebody's really tapping into their psychic, like something has really awakened somebody's psychic abilities. So here we have the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, it helps you to move on from some past disappointments. That's what it's like. I thought, so yeah, Ace. Ace of Cups came out 3 times. So yes, 3 situations in particular that cause somebody to help you to just, and it can even be like, loved ones that you just feel like, wow, they get caught up in like everything seems like it's fun until they realize it's not fun. So part of this too is that you also help, you're compassionate towards people who feel like, oh, it should be fun, but then they something else is going on too. It's all fun and games until it's not fun and games. So here we have the 8 of Cups here. I thought I saw 8 of, yeah, so your head and heart are no longer at war with each other about anything at this point. It really isn't. It's like when you see how people move and you like, okay, I need to move on out of people's way. I'm not naive about how people move. So that's why in the beginning when you got the Page of Cups here, when you got good news coming across your path, in your mind you're going back to how like, wow, you were genuine and sincere, like you had a clear agenda in how you love some people, in the past, and you created space for energies in the past, but when you saw kind of what was underlying in something, it was so toxic for somebody. So I definitely feel like somebody has finally moved on from the disappointment of just like maybe people didn't tell you ahead of time, like, okay, that's what's kind of out there. You're trying to create, in a particular world of stuff. Remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. So it's usually people on that frequency that are together. It's usually people that's on that frequency that are together. And so it can be quite toxic. Like it's like birds of a feather flock together. So it's a group of toxic energies. They're on the same frequency, all hanging out together. And so they basically like, don't come back in this direction again. Because you've seen some stuff we don't want you to see. So you are not welcome back in this direction again. And nor do you want to be, in that space, And so, so let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we got going on here. You know what comes to mind? That movie. Who played in the movie? Halle Berry and what's his name? Bruce Willis. What is the name of that movie? Somebody look it up and drop the comment below. She was. It was. I think it was called The Temp. And there was something going on in the. It was something going on with this particular company. Something going on with the company, but if anybody found out the wife actually owned the company, right? It wasn't even his company. The wife actually owned the company, and then he was kind of the face of the company, and just something with the eyeball, and it was like cameras behind. Something was going on or whatever. But anyway, so Source was saying to you, looking at your cards here, that. Let me see. You could be around a lot of mirroring spirits. So protect your energy. Energies that like to watch every little thing. Watch every little thing that you do. So that could be cameras, it could be, that kind of thing, Pisces, recording you, but this is not for somebody to be paranoid. This is like something that's trying to help your psychic abilities to like really kick in so that you don't go into a form of escapism. And so you can still be compassionate towards people, but Source really wants you to be in a operating purpose, like really add some structure and authority, like be on the light side of Emperor. Okay, so we had to make some more room. So yeah, when you're around people that's like, when you're around, like when I say mirroring spirits, right? Like I said, when you source wants you to focus on your purpose, like as you have psychic abilities, like every Pisces has psychic abilities, and I'm talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, even if Pisces is your MC or IC, right? And if your purpose is, like I said, listening to how you feel, somebody cannot be in doubt about, are you good enough, because Source gave you the gift. Like Source gave you the gift. It didn't come from, I know your parents co-created you, but Source is the gift came from the creator, right? So I mean, they came from the spirit, right? So it came from within. So you are good enough to leave energies behind that smile in people's faces and talk negatively about them behind their back, just because they want to keep people levels below them, right? So it's a whole community of energies that somebody is just now starting to find out about, that is like I said, master manipulators that like to just love the, y'all know what I'm talking about. They like to wear masks. They love, ha 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 ha, So, that's a beautiful dress, and then turn around and be like, that's a hot mess. I can't believe they got that on, right? That kind of stuff. But it's a real dark. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, but it's a really dark, like very dark, sinister energy that Source is trying to help somebody to see. It's just like, that's not something you want to be a part of. Being known for your compassion, Pisces. You don't even want to be a part of that. Just being a part of that kind of like I said, it looks fun and stuff on the surface, but you don't want to be a part of that. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Ten of Pentacles. So I see you building your own legacy. This is legacy wealth here. So I definitely see you building your own legacy. However you want to build your legacy. Planting some new seeds. You've left some energies behind. They have some kind of way about you being financially independent. Source needs you to start moving a little bit more strategic, because, like I said, you awaken from some nightmares. So it's time to move a little bit more strategic, because you're dealing with hurt people who like to hurt other people, and they like using a sword or a knife, some kind of a weapon, right? And when you talk about the word either weapon, we talking about physical stuff. So pay attention when you're in certain communities. It looks all fun and games at first. You can be cracking up laughing, but it's something that people are masking, some kind of rage, some kind of like, let's everybody laughing, everybody looking at people, like paying attention and see, okay, who's distracted, that kind of stuff. So you're building your own legacy. Somebody kind of only comes out of the house when they feel like when it's a purpose. You know how like sometimes your parents tell you don't go out the house unless there's a purpose. Like if you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to the gas station, don't just be hanging outside for just no reason. Just be outside for just nothing, just aimlessly, just going up and down a big road of life. Have a purpose for why you're going outside, right? So make your home comfortable. There should be somewhere sacred where you love being anyway. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, so adjust your crown. So you and somebody coming together. Like I said, somebody has some new good news coming together where it's definitely a sacred bond. So it could be a really good friend, platonic friend. Whatever it is, it's a sacred bond between you and somebody. So, and y'all could be it could be a marriage in business and or in love. But you definitely move beyond the lamenting. You won't be lamenting over, or some people could be lamenting over the fact, like I said, that you finally moved on. You've left some energies behind. You moved on from the disappointment, any feelings of abandonment, all of that stuff. Like I said, because definitely some energies want to pull you down to a lower frequency, just being messy, and like somebody want to give you the cold shoulder, or they being controlled by a master manipulator. Like I said, you're heavy on people's minds. But when people see that you won't give in to the master manipulator by the cold shoulder and all this other stuff, and that you have really moved on, that's when it's going to really hit some people. That's when the ice on their heart is going to melt. That's when they're going to start crying and go, wow, Pisces really has moved on, because you're not dealing with all the manipulation. You've already been manipulated before. You're too compassionate for all of that. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So like I said, we got 9. So yeah, that's going to like I said, that's going after somebody starts lamenting and see that you're creating something for yourself, it's going to really inspire people. You know, just your compassion is actually inspiring people to kind of sort of create something for themselves, to create their own legacy. So that's how powerful compassion is. It really is. It's very, very powerful. So I see you springing forward. I don't see you getting overwhelmed by whatever you left in the past. I see you being very authoritative and very structured. I see Source telling you you're good enough and you're worthy. I see you feel, whenever you feel like you're in toxic spaces, I feel like you're taking the high road and moving on from these spaces. All of that. And again, you know, I feel like somebody's saying it's just not your responsibility that people hold on to toxicity. They get excited about the wrong thing. They get thrilled about holding on to people's toxicity, but Source is exposing theirs too. So you don't have anything to worry about. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Yeah. Then I have some more cards. Let's see. Yeah. So this time to do a heart chakra cleanse and pour more into yourselves, because you've been around too many energy vampires. So trust your first mind. Third eye chakra cleanse. It's time to ground yourselves. You made a positive impact on some people, but it's time to get some fresh air and check your request list again. It's time to do a root chakra cleanse. It's you versus you. And so somebody secretly has a crush on you, but you want to leave all secrets behind. Anybody got a secret crush on you? It's a secret. They may have some secret crushes on themselves, but it's time to heal your wounded self. And so toss some things into a burning bowl, but heal people just move differently. So prepare for an increase in pay. And the new one for somebody is extra special. Document your dreams day and night, but don't look back. Don't look back. Dance around your home as if no one is watching, but your well of joy is within you. Your well of joy is within you. It's not about being around people who are putting on airs that everything is fine and happy and filled with glee. Source is saying, because it's something underlying in all of that. It's something, just something is just like underlying. And so somebody is starting to see that. Somebody is starting to see that in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Somebody is starting to see that. So here we have cow. So may the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. So yeah. So definitely a turning point, you know, for somebody, that somebody's wearing their flower crown, you know, and just loving up on your life. But here we have bliss. I liberate my highest self. My life is full of wonderful surprises. I am free to be me. I express my individuality. I am grateful for my unique qualities. I see the beauty in the highs and lows of life. I am connected to all that is. I am grateful for silver linings. That's right. You're grateful for silver linings. Grateful for silver linings. Oh boy. Okay. They are not, somebody's not happy without you, whoever that is. But yeah, somebody's not happy without you. Yeah, somebody is not happy without you. Let's see what else we got. Clearing. So as true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom, such freedom, such freedom, such freedom. Such freedom. Such freedom. 31, I am disciplined. So your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is staring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. So that is what I have for you all. Here are the questions for the moon in Cancer. Like I said, Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and so you want to go where you feel most nurtured, where your spirit feels most nurtured, where the water feels clear in your spirit, where you feel like people have clear agendas, for you. First question is, what makes you feel safe? Second question is, where is your sanctuary, your place of peace and calm? Is it an inner state, a certain environment, or a specific place? Third question is, do you know your female lineage, the stories of your mother and grandmothers? Fourth question is, how often you gather strength from the land and her waters? And then last but not least is, do you have sufficient solo time filled with self-care, right? That's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. Again, let's get ready. We're already in the new moon phase, new moon, new you. And these are some of the habits that you've broken. This cycle is just breaking away from, like, all the glitters is not gold. Everything that just seems like it's so fun and you want to be a part of this and being a part of that. Source is saying you are learning through you and other people, seeing other people get kind of caught up in stuff, that, hey, listen, you got to take those blindfolds off. That hurt people will hurt you, they will hurt you, and create nightmares, in people's lives. And so that's what I'm seeing for you all. That is what I'm seeing for you all. And like I said, as you continue to move through a rite of passage and learn how to be more strategic, on your journey, because that's what this Seven of Swords here. It looks like somebody has decided to either stop talking to some people or stop giving people access to, kind of sort of like how you move, like something like mirroring spirit, like, people who want to know what you're creating next or what you're doing next or where you're going. Like somebody decided to stop giving people access to you. And so that's why you want to be a little bit more strategic, because hurt people do hurt. When they're hurting, they're not themselves. You're talking to zombies, literally in a zombified state. And so you just, like I said, you want to protect yourselves. And so we got cameras. Put those cameras up. Make sure, however you charge your batteries or whatever, make sure they're charged up. Make sure there's other people around you that, that know where you are at times, talking to people, those kind of things. So, discipline yourselves, discipline your water. So now you don't have to be paranoid, but be aware. Because again, energy vampires, when they feel like a supply is gone from, they don't have the same access to certain things, and they're aligning themselves with other energy vampires. So it's just saying, like I said, you're going to have to be more assertive, authoritative, and you're going to have to be the one that takes action. Like, so you can't be just overwhelmed and going into escapism. You're going to have to be this right here, the light side of Emperor energy, which is action oriented and authoritative and more structured, and just how you create, right? Taking your water, like allowing source to move your water somewhere else. Like, like I said, again, who you're around, right? So that is what I have for you. I'll see you all in, or who you share your water with, like who you share your plans of what you're creating. Let me put it that way. Who you're sharing your plans of what you're creating, like where you're going, where you're traveling. Like everybody don't need to know where you're traveling, where you're going. Only the people who have shown you that they're not emotionally immature, right? So that is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next reading. Bye.